Good evening. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me to talk about Case and reading. I'm so excited to see him be able to add to his word bank right now, and I know he showed you his literacy journal, and he's really starting to make those connections when he's able to read and understand, and I think he's just really wanting more of that. So that's exciting to see. Today, what I'd like to do is just kind of go over where he's been, what he's accomplishing today, and kind of what we're looking forward to, and what our game plan is for the future. So, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have as we go through. I kind of want to give you a picture of what our goals are for all of our students, which is to get to the 50th percentile for in three areas, which are word recognition, vocabulary, and then comprehension. So Case, his vocabulary is very good right now, and he's he's close to that 50th percentile. But when we looked at things 9 weeks ago, we saw that his word comprehension scores were 30. So that's what prompted the interventions that he's received so far, and he's gotten up to 38%. So he is improving, which we're very excited to see, and he is too. But we would really like to get him to that 50%. So our team, we have a literacy team, and it consists of our second grade teachers, and then we have a literacy interventionist, and then a literacy specialist. And the literacy interventionist is the one that is pulling Case out of the instruction when we go into small groups and working with him in a smaller group setting. And then she also does one-on-one interventions to give opportunities for practice. And then our literacy specialist, she looks more at the overall picture and looks at our curriculum and makes sure that we're meeting student needs, and she's injecting kind of modifications if we need to for students. So this is our team looked at Case's scores and kind of his progress from 30 to 38 and determined that he is improving. So we're going to continue with the current course of interventions for him, but then we're going to make a few changes to give him more opportunities for individual practice and a little bit more intensive instruction. So to do that, we're gonna follow some steps to directly have Chase be taught the word, a new sight word. We're gonna play with that word, kind of pull it apart with sounds. We're gonna see what other sounds it sounds like. For example, the word mat, we're gonna pull that apart to at, and then what other sounds what other words sound like mat, like bat, sat, pat, and rhyming words to promote phonemic awareness or how words sound. So, and then we're going to give Case books that have those same words so that he can practice reading them out loud. So our reading interventionist and our literacy specialist determined that this would be the next best step for Case to continue on the trajectory that he's on. So if you want to continue this learning journey at home, I have a couple of suggestions. One is to play games with Case. He loves games. So one is a game called Concentration, where you have two cards. Each card has the same sight word written on it and have 10 to 15 different sight words. So you have 20 to 30 cards, and you put them in order face down, and then you take turns matching with those cards. And then starfall.com is a tool, an online tool that has a lot of games that promote literacy. I'm giving you kind of a summary of our meeting today, so you'll have a link to that. And I'd encourage you to take advantage of some of the resources in our community as well. We have a Geneseo Public Library that has incentivized reading programs for early readers. And then our city has developed a literacy scavenger hunt that you can go to the park and go to some of the statues and monuments and find simple words, and they have it according to grade level, so you can take advantage of that, and that would be a fun activity that would be appropriate for Case, excuse me. So I know he's been working really hard, and I think you should celebrate some of his literacy accomplishments. Set a goal maybe of 5 words. Once he masters those 5 words and can identify them successfully, you can give him a book that he's been wanting, something that will continue to promote literacy for him. And then maybe once he gets 6 books, then you can do something like go to the family museum or some trip that activity that would promote literacy, or a learning that he wants to, learning activity. Dinosaurs, I know he loves those. So let's talk about going forward. I'd like to meet with you. Well, let's touch base in the next couple of weeks and see if you have a chance to use any of these suggestions at home, how that's going. I'd like to monitor. He kind of stagnated the last 3 weeks with what the interventions he was receiving. So I just want to make sure that we're on the right track with these new modifications. And then I'll update you weekly on Class Dojo. And then in 5 weeks, you'll get a written report from me, kind of where things are at, sort of midway point on that 9-week period. And then let's plan on meeting in person again or virtually in the next 9 weeks. So I've given you a lot of information. I want to thank you again for meeting with me. And if you have any questions, I'd love to entertain them.